in three measures. One which is referred to as the Scrum principles, one which is referred to as Scrum processes, and the third which is referred to as Scrum aspects. When it got to Scrum principles, you were looking at these six: iterative development, empirical process control, self-organization, collaboration, value-based prioritization, and time boxing. आज इनको हम डिस्कस करेंगे. Then you have had Scrum aspects. 5 aspects हैं: organization, business justification, quality, change और risk. जो सबसे important element होता है किसी भी project management education का, that will always be the phases and the processes. So we are saying that like every other project management method, उन्होंने the entire project has been broken into 5 phases: initiate, plan and estimate, implement, review and retrospect, and release. And then they have given you processes associated with them, which will be discussed in great detail. And then they've given you 2 more areas which are applicable for large projects and for enterprise. This is the typical Scrum flow that we looked at the previous day. If you don't understand this too much, don't worry, क्योंकि आगे यही पढ़ना है पूरा. We started with the basic thought on Scrum principles of, we started with empirical process control. Empirical process control relies on 3 main ideas of transparency, inspection and adaptation. ये हमने पिछले सेशन में डिस्कस कर लिया था. Now we are looking at starting with self-organization. All of us? We are okay so far?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So the principle of self-organization, I'll read this. This is almost self-explanatory. Scrum believes that employees are self-motivated and seek to accept greater responsibility. So they deliver much greater value when self-organized. The preferred leadership style of Scrum is servant leadership, which emphasizes achieving results by focusing on needs of the Scrum team. These are the goals associated with self-organizing teams. Understand the project vision, leveraging on the cross-functional team expertise, proactively seek work, execute work themselves, open to learning new things, continuously upgrade knowledge and skills, and deliver tangible results. What is servant leadership? I think we've done this, no?
Yes.
Next principle is collaboration. Collaboration in Scrum team, Scrum refers to as to the Scrum core team working together and interfacing with stakeholders to create and validate the deliverables of the project to meet the goals outlined in the project vision. Any questions on this? Cooperation occurs when the work product consists of sum of work efforts of various people in the team. Collaboration occurs when a team works together to play off each other's input to produce something greater. Core dimensions of collaborative project work: awareness. Individuals working together need to be aware of each other's work. Articulation. Collaborating individuals must partition work into units, divide the units among team members, and then after the work is done, reintegrate it. Appropriation. Adapting technology to one's own situation. The technology may be used in a manner completely different than expected by designers. Benefits of collaboration in Scrum projects. In these Scrum processes of minimize change requests, mitigate risks, increase efficiencies, practice continuous improvement, collaboration will have its advantages. All of us understand this. This is English only, correct? आगे बढ़ो.
Yes, sir. Fine.
Yes.
Importance of co-location in collaboration. For many of the Scrum practices, high bandwidth communication is required. To enable this, it is preferred that the team is co-located. Co-location allows both formal and informal interaction between teams. This provides the advantage of having team members always at hand for coordination, problem solving, and learning. Key benefits of co-locations: quick questions are answered quickly, problems are fixed on the spot, less friction occurs between interactions, trust is gained and awarded much more quickly. Normal Rakas. Which of the following best defines collaboration? Answer please.
B.
B.
Anyone who has a
B.
different thought other than B?
No, sir. Answer is B.
Please read the justification. We're good? आगे बढ़ो.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
According to SBOC, which of the following is not a core dimension of collaboration? Answer please.
Appropriation.
Articulation. C. B.
C.
C, sir. C.
B.
Articulation तो है ही.
Yeah, I mean,
Adaptation is not there. No, there is a not on.
Adaptation is not there.
Sorry.
but adaptation तो होता है ना शायद से.
आप अपना दिमाग मत लगाइए. जो
It's
इसने
talking
लिखा हुआ
about
है,
not a
जो
core
इसने
dimension
इसने किया है,
of
तीन कोर dimensions हैं: awareness, articulation and appropriation. So whatever is missing is your answer. So adaptation.
Yeah, adaptation is in the Scrum methodology, but this is talking about collaboration.
Let's not get there. The
Okay.
simple thing is
okay.
that collaboration में उन्होंने 3 elements mention करे हैं: awareness, articulation and appropriation. So the question was, which is not a core dimension of collaboration. Please understand that whenever you are preparing for such exams for your project management or for your Scrum Master, you must stay away from trying to justify. You must learn from whatever is mentioned in the book. They have mentioned this for us. आगे बढ़ते हैं. Next is the value-based prioritization. अब important चीजें शुरू हो गई. Scrum framework is driven by the goal of delivering maximum business value in minimum time span. One of the most effective tools for delivering the greatest value in the shortest time is prioritization. Prioritization can be defined as the determination of order and separation of what must be done for what needs to be done faster. Prioritization can be defined as determination of the order and separation of what must be done now from what needs to be done later. Scrum uses value-based prioritization as the core principles that drives the structure and functionality of this entire Scrum framework. Scrum aims to deliver a valuable product or service to the customer on an early and continuous basis. Prioritization can be done by the Scrum product owner when he or she prioritizes user stories in the prioritized product backlog. Prioritization कौन ड्राइव कर रहा है?
Value and by product owner.
Product owner ही decide कर रहा है. So whoever is donning
Product
the role
owner.
of whoever is donning the role of a product owner, that person will be responsible for identification of the prioritization of the user story. While prioritizing requirements for the prioritized product backlog, the following 3 factors are considered: risk, value, dependency. इन तीनों चीजों को assimilate करके one very important determinant will always be dependency. So अगर कुछ ऐसा है, I was trying to work at creating your online certification wala process. So when we were looking at creating that process, there were certain inputs that are required for the certificate generation. One huge challenge that we still encounter is the spelling of your name. क्योंकि अगर सर्टिफिकेट ऑटोमेट हो जाएगा, सो मनीष जैन का सर्टिफिकेट बनना है तो वो ऑटोमेटिक करेगा. इट डज नॉट रिक्वायर ह्यूमन इंटरवेंशन. दैट इज द होल आइडिया दैट वी वर ट्राइंग टू डू. But to be able to do that, how do I ensure that your spelling of the name as required on the certificate is correct? हो सकता है हमारे रिकॉर्ड्स गलत रिफ्लेक्ट कर रहे हो. सो उसका जो प्रीसीडिंग प्रोसेस है वो बनाना मैंडेटरी है बिफोर आई गेट टू फिक्सिंग दिस इशू.
सर उसके लिए एक चीज ये की जा सकती है, whenever a trigger goes for generating an automated certificate, a parallel email goes to the candidate himself or herself asking this is the name which will be validated. उसको लिंक होगा and if not correct then update it on this link और वहां से पिक कर लो.
We've tried this. Whenever you get an access of the AIGPL, वो शुरू में आपसे नाम वाम चेक करवाता है, but it hardly works, man. It hardly works. All I'm trying to say is dependency mapping बहुत important होगी when you are trying to prioritize your tasks. There will be certain tasks that will be dependent on something else to be accomplished before that particular task can be taken up. One will be risk and another will be value. These will be the three prioritization elements that you would use. Everyone?
Yes, sir.
What is value-based prioritization? Question, please.
C.
See, yeah.
Please go through the justification once. Yeah, let's move forward.
It'll be C.
Correct. Next Scrum principle is time boxing. Scrum treats time as the most important constraint in managing a project. To address the constraint of time, Scrum introduces a concept referred to as time boxing, which proposes fixing a certain amount of time for each process and activity in Scrum project. To ensure that Scrum team members do not take too much or too little work for a particular period of time, and do not expend their time and energy on work which they have little clarity. Time boxing is useful in avoiding excessive improvement or gold plating of an item. Time boxing के elements: sprint has to be 1 to 6 weeks. Retrospect sprint meeting 4 hours for 1 month sprint. Sprint review meeting 4 hours for 1 month sprint. Sprint planning meeting 8 hours for 1 month sprint. Daily stand up meeting 15 minutes. ये नोट कर लो कहीं. स्प्रिंट का टाइम फिक्स्ड है. इट हैज टू बी बिटवीन 1 to 6 weeks. Retrospect sprint meeting cannot be more than 4 hours for 1 month of sprint. Sprint review meeting cannot be for more than 4 hours. Sprint planning meeting has to be not more than 8 hours for 1 month sprint. And the daily stand-up meeting cannot be more than 15 minutes. बहुत फर्क पड़ता है. मेरे अपने 2-4 कस्टमर्स के साथ स्टैंड अप रेगुलर होता है हमारा, एंड बिटवीन अ नॉर्मल मीटिंग एंड अ स्टैंड अप व्हिच इज never to exceed 15 minutes, I see a lot of value addition. You don't do a lot of bucket, you don't spend a lot of time discussing nonsense. The stand up is fixed at 15 minutes. So time boxing के ये elements बहुत important है when the Scrum principle is being applied. Everyone?
So is it not be 4 hour or 8 hour, or is it like it has to be once in a month for 8 hours?
It can, I'm giving you a total of 8 hours. आप उसको 3 बार में कर लो, I don't care. 5 बार में कर लो, 8 घंटे से ज्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए. You should not you should not spend too much time doing unnecessary planning. तो जो काम करना है उतने ही आपको स्टिपुलेटेड 8 घंटे मिल गए. आप 4 बार में करो, 2 बार में करो, 8 बार में करो, 12 बार में करो, इट डज नॉट मैटर. टाइम मस्ट नॉट बी ग्रेटर देन 8 hours.
Sir, what I'm trying to say is it like the principal says that time that there should be one meeting of planning once in a month, or does it indicate about the time?
जब आप स्क्रम प्लानिंग
of-
की मीटिंग करेंगे, स्क्रम प्लानिंग की मीटिंग 8 घंटे से ज्यादा नहीं हो सकती है.
Okay, but एक बार होगी. That is what it is also saying, right?
नॉट नेसेसरी. हो सकता है कि आपका जो स्प्रिंट है वो तो 1 से 6 वीक का है, तो हो सकता
Okay.
है कि आपका एक स्प्रिंट तैयार करने में 2 वीक का स्प्रिंट था, तो उस 2 वीक के स्प्रिंट के लिए आपको मैंने प्लानिंग के लिए 8 घंटे दिए. फिर हो सकता है उसी महीने आपको दोबारा प्लानिंग की मीटिंग करनी पड़े, फिर आपको 8 घंटे का टाइम मिलेगा.
Okay.
Advantages of time boxing: efficient development process, less overhead, high velocity for teams. Which of the following statement for time boxing is incorrect? It proposes fixing certain time frame for each activity. It ensures that Scrum team members do not take too much time or too little time for particular period of time. It is a principle through which Scrum framework addresses project constraint of time. It ensures that product owner can specify how much time the Scrum team should take to finish each task. What is incorrect?
D.
Say that again.
D, sir. G.
Just go through the justification quickly. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Which of the following statement best describes time boxing? A. The principle describes how time is considered as a limiting constraint in Scrum and used to help effectively manage project planning and execution. The elements of Scrum subject to its principle include sprints, daily stand-up meetings, Scrum planning meeting, and Scrum review meetings. Or that time boxing is this principle highlights the focus of Scrum to deliver maximum business value beginning early in the project and continuing throughout. C. The principle focuses on today's worker who deliver significantly greater value when encouraged to self-organize rather than be subject to command and control through the traditional project management styles. The principle focuses on 3 dimensions related to collaboration.
A, sir.
A.
देखो एक ही है जो टाइम बॉक्सिंग के बारे में बात कर रहा है, बाकी तो हैवी स्क्रम का ज्ञान है. Scrum principle iterative development. In the most complex projects, the customer may not be able to define very concrete requirements or is not confident of what the end product may look like. The iterative model is more flexible in ensuring that any change requested by the customer can be included as a part of the project. The benefits of iterative development is that it allows for course correction as all the people involved get better understanding of what needs to be delivered as a part of the project and incorporate these learnings in an iterative manner. Thus, the time and effort required to reach the final endpoint is greatly reduced and the team produces deliverables that are better suited for the final business environment. While I don't agree that it will help you reduce time, it will be able to add a lot of value. उल्टा हो सकता है, when the customer has been told that we are okay with you making changes to the requirement frequently, the customer starts to take you for granted and a lot of changes will happen. But at least through this method, you will deliver a lot of value to your customer. You will be able to create products that will actually make sense to your customer, to your business. uh, Traditional project management का जो it tracks planning. So it rests on a basic pillar that अगर आपका, if your planning has happened well, only then will the traditional project management work very well, which sometimes is a problem that you may not know uh, all the needs of the customer. You may not know, you may not be able to see the future too quickly, and then you get into trouble. Iterative development का advantage ये है that it is able to give you, you are able to do course correction very quickly, and because you are talking to your customer regularly, you are looking at making, you are open to making changes, so the value delivery increases. I am not too sure whether it will help you deliver the final product quickly, but at least the product will be very nice. It will be able to do things. You will be able to do things very quickly. Iterative development will have a lot of advantages, but it will bring in definitive disadvantages associated with your project, because iterative development means you're not rigid. You are okay to do course corrections midway, and that is not always the greatest way of doing things. Everyone, let's take a step back. uh, तो अगर प्लान में वेरिएशन होगा, if something, a surprise comes up, if something that should have been looked at when you were doing your plan well, if something comes up because of the rigidity of the process, you will have a lot of cost to bear. Adaptive or iterative processes, iterative project management essentially focuses on a lot of change. So it is saying that the benefit of iterative development is that it allows for course correction, as all the people involved get better understanding of what needs to be delivered as a part of the project and incorporate these learnings in an iterative manner. But because of this iterative manner, you are bound to have a lot of changes, because now all the people involved in the project are focused on delivering valuable product. And when you are looking at such iterative changes, you are essentially saying that you will need a very mature team to be able to not misuse this. नहीं तो चेंज के नाम पे तो मैं हर घंटे कुछ कराता रहूंगा. AIG technology company, the AIG technologies that we were doing, we would be very rigid on the aspects of the project. So we would start with sending you the design for each of the screen that we will develop for your mobile app. Once you approve that screen, we are not okay with changing anything on that screen. But अगर आपको थोड़े later, if you find that something better could be done, the traditional project management approach does not allow. But on the other hand, if you are following the iterative pattern, you must realize that change is not going to be an easy thing. देखने में सुनने में बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है that let's change it midway, no problem. But when you will have to realize that when you change, there could be there could be architectural components that you will end up breaking. Are you guys with me? What I am essentially saying is, अगर आप iterative mode में हैं, it essentially means that you are looking at welcoming change. But change needs maturity. Please understand that अगर मैंने ताजमहल बनाना है and I have laid the foundation, and suddenly once I am about 60% completed, I can make changes to how it looks. I can make certain changes now here, small changes here and there. But I will not be able to accommodate any change which messes with the foundation stone of my building. Are you guys with me?
Yes, sir. But if there is a requirement from client, we have to make that change, then we can take it in next sprint or something like that.
Yes, but you will have to understand, but you will have to be mature enough to understand that it may impact the other constituents of the project.
Yes, that is. I mean, for an example, recently with one of my clients, they have to make the changes in the API. So
Okay.
we have to accommodate it. We have to accommodate it in the middle because of that there is a bug coming up.
बिल्कुल possible है.
जो पहले हाँ. So I mean we are taking it now. So अभी I mean we have to take it anyhow.
मैं तो उल्टा बोल रहा हूँ कि जब कस्टमर की तरफ से वो चेंज आया, you will
Yes, sir.
have to look at the fact that because of this change, what other components of the architecture will be impacted,
Yes.
and because of the other components that may be impacted, it could have a major impact on the time. So customers will have to understand, and you will have to help them understand that what are the risks that one is exposed to. Please understand, बीच रास्ते में आर्किटेक्चरल चेंजेस नहीं कर सकते हैं आप. कर तो सकते हैं, करना नहीं चाहिए. बीच रास्ते में चलते चलते अगर आप आर्किटेक्चरल चेंजेस करेंगे, it could have, it like you are saying, it could create a bug that could have a very far reaching effect.
Yes, sir.
So, sir, what is the main difference between Scrum and this iterative model? Because iterative is also a traditional kind of software model which we used to follow.
देखो, iterative ही Scrum है. Scrum का one of the core principles is iterative. So it is not very different than the Scrum. Iterative and traditional project management में difference है that when you were looking at doing the traditional project management, you were doing the waterfall model. कि मुझे सबसे पहला the start point of all initiatives will be that I will know what I want to achieve. I will have my requirements with me, which is not a reality. धीरे धीरे जब आप प्रोजेक्ट करते हो तो होता कैसा है that at step number n you find out there are certain things that could make this a little better.
Okay.
Traditional project management will say that it is bad project practice that आपको बीच में change करना पड़ा, क्योंकि the success of the project will be measured on 3 constraints: time, cost and scope. A scope creep will be considered bad in a traditional project management. The project manager is beaten up for if there is any additional time required in a project. तो वहाँ the project manager's primary job is to keep away the sponsor in making any changes. Iterative development कह रहा है कि नहीं साहब, बात करते रहो, for every sprint we will work together. But architecture अगर assume करो कि तुम्हारा project 60% complete हो गया. I'll quote you a story that happened with us. हम एक ऐप बना रहे थे. Almost when the app was about 60-70% completed, then the person started to say that screen पे ये detail भी ला दो. Detail लाना is not a problem. It is not a small design change. Database का structure ही नहीं था कि वो data ही नहीं capture हो रहा था. तो अगर वो data नहीं capture हो रहा है, तो मैं वो information यहाँ पे लाऊंगा कैसे?
Got it. हाँ जी सर.
तो iterative project management में जो iterative project manage कर रहा है, उसको ये understanding होनी होगी that when you are accepting a change, you must do a analysis of what all impacts do you foresee for the change that is required. It could have a database change requirement जो आप नहीं बता रहे हो, जो आपको नहीं समझ में आ रहा है. कहीं कहीं आप म्यूचुअली कॉन्ट्रडिक्टरी रिक्वायरमेंट्स चेंज में ले लेते हो, एंड देन इट बिकम्स अ प्रॉब्लम. हमारा जो ई लर्निंग है उसका बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर कैसा है? इट कैप्चर्स योर परसेंटेज कंप्लीशन. We understand this basic thought that I'm sharing कि e-learning must capture what is the percentage program that you've covered. तो एक वीडियो है, वो वीडियो अज्यूम करिए 30 मिनट्स का है, तो अगर आपने 15 मिनट्स का वीडियो देख लिया, then I'm calling it 50% completed for that video. Everyone?
Yes, sir.
फाइनल
Okay.
कैलकुलेशन के लिए, पूरे ओवरऑल प्रोग्राम के कैलकुलेशन के लिए मैंने हर वीडियो का ड्यूरेशन को ऐड कर दिया एंड आई कॉल्ड इट टोटल. मैंने न्यूमरेटर के लिए जितना भी आपका व्यूअरशिप का नंबर्स था उसको ऐड कर दिया. देन आई एम कॉलिंग इट परसेंटेज प्रोग्राम कंप्लीटेड. यस एवरीवन?
So much near.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
अब सडनली आपने एक नया वीडियो ऐड कर दिया या एक वीडियो रिप्लेस कर दिया वेयर द ड्यूरेशन हैज चेंज्ड. व्हाट विल हैपन? आपके लिए तो वो तो बहुत सिंपल था. एक नया वीडियो, सर एनालिसिस में एक एडिशनल वीडियो होना चाहिए. एक वीडियो प्रणय कुमार खुश हुए, प्रणय कुमार ने एक वीडियो ऐड कर दिया. बट डू यू नो व्हाट दैट हैज डन टू द एंटायर मैथ्स? अब तक का सारा
पूरा
कैलकुलेशन
calculation.
न्यूमरेटर अपॉन डिनोमिनेटर था. किसी स्टूडेंट का वो 100% कंप्लीटेड था. अगर आप ये चेंज नहीं समझेंगे एंड इन द इटरेटिव मॉडल यू अकोमोडेट दिस चेंज, दिस कुड हैव लॉन्ग टर्म इम्पैक्ट्स. तो सडनली हमारा प्रोग्राम में कैसा होने लगा, पीपल हैड 130% व्यूअरशिप, क्योंकि वो तो मैथ्स है, उसको अपनी अक्ल थोड़ी ना है, वो तो न्यूमरेटर अपॉन डिनोमिनेटर का लॉजिक है. तो अगर मैंने कहीं से 2 वीडियो डिलीट कर दिए और वो टोटल ड्यूरेशन में से, टोटल ड्यूरेशन पहले 100 आवर्स का वीडियो था, अब वो एक्चुअली 90 आवर्स का वीडियो है, बट व्यूअरशिप का डेटा मैं कहीं और से ला रहा हूं. तो मैंने वो वीडियो का जो व्यूअरशिप पहले से एग्जिस्ट करता था वो तो ऑलरेडी पड़ा हुआ है. सो यू हैव एक्चुअली कंप्लीटेड 94 आउट ऑफ 100, बट बिकॉज ऑफ डिलीशन ऑफ 2 वीडियोस इट हैज बिकम 94 आउट ऑफ 90. एंड देन यू आर स्ट्रगलिंग टू से माय प्रोग्राम इज शोइंग इनकरेक्ट डिटेल्स. जब तक ये एडिटिंग प्रोविजन नहीं बनाएंगे, और ये आइटरेटिव का बहुत सीरियस प्रॉब्लम है. People who are non-technical don't have this understanding, और उनको लगता है किसी भी स्टेज पे आर्किटेक्चरल चेंजेस भी हो सकते हैं. So iterative is all about saying yes to changes at any level in the project, which also means that you will have to be mature enough to understand that changes could have had a negative impact on the overall architecture, overall system of the project. Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Question, all of us?
Should be A, sir. Answer should be A.
Please go through the justification. We are good?
Yes, sir.
Which of the following statement on ensuring flexibility in Scrum is incorrect? Scrum ensures stability by providing scope for change even when a sprint has started. Scrum uses iterative delivery and its other characteristics and principles to achieve balance between flexibility and stability. Scrum maintains flexibility by making it possible to incorporate change at any step of the development process in a Scrum project. Scrum ensures flexibility by providing scope for the Scrum core teams to make recommendation for changes. Which is incorrect?
So it's A.
Say that again.
A.
Scrum follows an iterative and incremental approach for product and service development, making it possible to incorporate changes at any step in the development process. In most Scrum projects, a recommendation for change for the Scrum core team happens as Scrum teams work to create deliverables, or when they participate in conduct daily stand-up or retrospect. So now we've gotten into the Scrum aspects. First aspect that this has is organization. Broadly, दो किस्म के roles हैं as far as Scrum is concerned. One referred to as the core role, the other is non-core role. So outside the Scrum core team, you have the customer who provides the requirements, and he's essentially talking to the product owner. The product owner communicates the prioritized business requirements to the Scrum team and creates the prioritized product backlog and defines the acceptance criteria. Acceptance criteria समझ में आता है?
Yes. Specification, sir.
Yeah, I think जो भी requirements हैं वो
तुम्हारा जो
yeah.
measure of success है, तो तुम्हारी एक requirement थी, उस requirement को pass fail बोलने के लिए what is the measure that you've defined? Okay, so the customer is interacting with the product owner, and the product owner is the one who communicates the prioritized business requirement to the Scrum team, and he creates the prioritized product backlog, and he creates the acceptance criteria. The Scrum team essentially is the one which is working on creating the deliverables of the project, and they demonstrate the product increment to the product owner during the Scrum review meeting. Everyone?
Yes.
So एक start point है हमारा customer. The customer provides all the requirements related to the product owner. The product owner is the one who communicates the prioritized business requirements and creates the prioritized product backlog and definition of the acceptance criteria. The Scrum team essentially creates the deliverables for the projects, and they demonstrate the product increments to the product owner during the Scrum review meeting. And the product owner is the one responsible for delivering business value to the customer through the incremental project releases. यही basic roles हैं हमारे पास when it gets to Scrum. Your customer, then your Scrum core team, which is the product owner, Scrum master, and the Scrum team. Question, anyone? Voice is okay?
No, sir. Yes, sir.
Core roles are those roles which are mandatorily required for producing the product of the project and are committed to the project and are ultimately responsible for the success of each sprint of the project and of the project as a whole. There are three core roles in Scrum which are ultimately responsible for meeting the project objectives. Those are Scrum, the product owner, Scrum master, and the Scrum team. Together, that is what is referred to as the Scrum core team. It is important to note that of these three roles, no role has authority over the other. This is very, very different than the traditional project management approach. वहाँ sponsor सबसे बड़ा होता है. Project manager has the authority over his team. यहाँ किसी के पास किसी के ऊपर कोई authority नहीं.
So how do you manage? Every individual has taken the individual responsibility.
आगे थोड़ा सा बढ़ते हैं, then we discuss this question. Core role, product owner, represents the stakeholder and is responsible for ensuring that the Scrum team delivers value, writes the business requirements in the form of user stories with inputs from the Scrum core team members, and manages the prioritized product backlog. In some cases, Scrum team may write user stories under the supervision of the product owner, responsible for ensuring clear communication of product functionality to the Scrum team, and is therefore commonly called the voice of customer. The Scrum Master is the servant leader of the Scrum team who moderates and facilitates team interaction as team coach and motivator. The Scrum Master is responsible to ensuring that the team has a productive work environment by guarding the team from external influences, removing any obstacles, and enforcing Scrum principles, aspects, and processes. Servant leadership traits. Scrum believes that Scrum Master should be a servant leader who has the following traits: listening, empathy, hearing, awareness, persuasion, conceptualization, foresight, stewardness, commitment to growth of others, and building community. ट्रू मामले में फैसिलिटेटर का रोल है. यू आर नॉट अ प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर, यू आर अ सर्वेंट लीडर. यहां तक वी आर ओके?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
I am not going through the theory X, theory Y. Do you guys know about theory X, theory Y?
No.
No, sir.
No,
HR
sir.
HR का एक बेसिक थ्योरी है called theory X and Y. Theory Y believes that employees are self-motivated and seek to accept greater responsibility. Hence, theory Y involves more participative management from its leaders than anything else. यहाँ आपके पास एक तो देर आर टू थॉट थ्रेड्स. एक है कि एम्प्लॉय काम नहीं करना चाहता है, एम्प्लॉय हमेशा डीमोटिवेटेड रहता है, विच मीन्स दैट उसको उसको अथॉरिटेटिवली गाइड करना पड़ेगा इफ यू वांट टू गेट रिजल्ट्स. द अदर इज द थ्योरी वाई विच अज्यूम्स दैट नहीं साहब, ऑल एम्प्लॉयज आर सेल्फ मोटिवेटेड एंड दे लुक आउट फॉर ग्रेटर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज, विच मीन्स दैट आपको इनको ज़्यादा अथॉरिटेटिवली गाइड करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. दीज आर सेल्फ मोटिवेटेड पीपल. इनको बस डायरेक्शन दिखाइए, इनको बस सपोर्ट कीजिए, इनको बस फैसिलिटेट कीजिए, दे विल बी एबल टू गिव यू रिजल्ट्स. स्क्रम प्रोजेक्ट essentially focuses that all leaders should follow the theory Y. आपको ये मान के चलना पड़ेगा that employees are motivated and they are looking at ensuring success in a project. And this is a very important principle जिसकी वजह से servant leadership style develop किया जाता है Scrum के अंदर. You guys have not read any of these theories, McGregor and Maslow and all of them?
No, sir.
No.
I'll try and compile all of them at one place and send it across to you. बहुत interesting है. You should read it. You should read it. The Scrum team is sometimes referred to as the development team since they are responsible for development of the project, product, service, or other results. It consists of 6 to 10 individuals who work on user stories in the sprint backlog to create the deliverables for the project. Scrum team should be generalist specialist. Beyond the subject matter expertise, it is the soft skill of team members that determine the success of self-organizing teams. Ideal members of the Scrum team are independent, self-motivated, customer-focused, responsible, and collaborative. कौन सी दुनिया की बात कर रही है? The team should be able to foster an environment of independent thinking and group decision making to extract the most benefit from the structure. When selecting teams, another important aspect is to create backups for every person. This ensures that there is no major loss of productivity due to losses of critical members. Each member of the team will back up a specialist member, which enhances the skill set of team members. And your financials go to a toss. So, in the beautiful world of Scrum, you keep both generalist and specialist. All other than being SMEs, you also have people who are good at soft skills and are independent, self-motivated, customer-focused, responsible, collaborative, and hypothetical. Team members should be able to foster independent thinking and group decision making to extract the most benefits from the structure. When selecting teams, another important aspect is to create backups for every person. This ensures that there is no loss of productivity due to losses of critical members. बहुत बहुत Plutonian thought है when you are looking at Scrum, and unless you believe in this, Scrum will not work.
Sir, one question. So if we are creating backup, so the size of the team will increase. I mean, if we are only targeting for 6 to 10 people, creating backups will go to, 20 people.
वही होगा.
No, it's within the team. प्रणय इसमें तो within the team होगा ना, not outside of the team.
But अगर मुझे अलग अलग स्किल सेट की जरूरत है, then it may vary. स्क्रम कह रहा है कि 6 से 10 से ज्यादा नहीं होने चाहिए. So we will have to adhere to what they are saying. और वही बैकअप रखने का मतलब है you will have lesser space for SMEs.
Well, sir, this I believe is talking about cross training within the same team members. If task A is known to one person, then it should also be known to some extent by other.
It is not a reality यार. देखो हर बिजनेस प्रोसेस BPO जितना आसान नहीं होता है. It is very difficult to keep cross trained folks. Specialized चीजों में cross training is difficult, but that's the ideal state to be in.
But Pranay, like when a development team is working together, so let's suppose if they're working on .NET, so it will be the similar skills for the team, right? It cannot be like someone is working on .NET and you're getting another person
तो उसमें
from a
डेवलपमेंट का
different
पर्सन होगा, उसमें टेस्टिंग का पर्सन होगा, उसमें डिजाइन का पर्सन होगा, उसमें डेटाबेस का पर्सन होगा. So if you are expecting the database person to be able to be a good tester, not possible. If you are expecting
No,
a
हाँ,
tester
that's
to be able
not
to do
possible.
development,
True,
not
true.
possible. तो फिर
एक और चीज है इसमें.
इंडिविजुअल स्किल्स का आपको बैकअप रखना पड़ेगा.
सर एक और चीज है, if a guy is working on an individual module, क्योंकि यहाँ पे सब individual modules पे काम करेंगे, so it is really hard to keep track of the other guy's module. अगर कल को वो बंदा छुट्टी कर लेता है या कुछ हो जाता है तो work get hampered, क्योंकि every day it is not possible to inform the other guys कि
आपको इन्फॉर्म
what
नहीं
I am
करना है,
working
आपको
on.
स्क्रम बोर्ड को अपडेटेड रखना है. स्क्रम बोर्ड
नहीं
को
सर, वो तो
अपडेटेड
करना
रखिएगा
है.
तो चलेगा काम.
Okay.
यहाँ बताने वाला कोई झंझट ही नहीं है. आपको तो कानमान बोर्ड मेंटेन करना है. आपने डब्बे बना रखे हैं कि वर्क का स्टेटस क्या है, नॉट स्टार्टेड, 50% कंप्लीटेड, रिजेक्टेड, फेल्ड. तो कोई भी आपका स्टेटस देख करके हैंडल कर सकता है. But this is a very Plutonian state that I'll be able to keep backup for everyone. I will have everyone will be able to always do their job well, which is slightly difficult always. It is important for the Scrum team to possess all the essential skills required to carry out the work of the project. The optimum size of the Scrum team is 6 to 10, large enough to ensure adequate skill set, but small enough to collaborate easily. The key benefit of 6 to 10 member team is that communication and management are typically simple and require minimal effort. A major drawback is that smaller teams are more significantly impacted by loss of team members than larger teams, even for a short period of time. So छुट्टी से, attrition से बहुत ज़्यादा impact होगा अगर छोटी टीम रखेंगे तो. The Tuckman's model. I will compile these HR theories for you and send it across to you. आप लोग एक बार पढ़ लेना खुद से. Then you have the non-core roles. Non-core roles are those roles that are not mandatory as part of the Scrum projects. And you are essentially looking at three kinds: stakeholder, Scrum governance body, and your vendors. All collective teams that include customer, users, and sponsors who frequently interface with the Scrum core team to provide them with inputs and to facilitate creation of projects, product, service, or other results. Stakeholder influence the project throughout the project development. Most importantly, it is for the stakeholder that the project produces the collaborative benefits. Customer, user, or sponsor आपके key people हैं. Please read through this. This is the same generic ज्ञान that always existed. Please read through this. You guys have gone through this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
ठीक है इसमें do you have anything to discuss here?
No, sir. It's
No, it's
self-explanatory.
good. Yeah, it's good.
Read through this also.
Yes, sir. You can move forward.
मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि आज के environment में in India one of the biggest challenges is this because आपके project में outside elements बहुत ज़्यादा इस्तेमाल होते हैं and the efficiency cost of vendor provided products, vendor provided services has a huge bearing on your organizational success. If you if you haven't been able to onboard good vendors, if you don't have the right kind of people dealing with your vendors, you are in trouble. And I see mutually contradicting principles working when it comes to vendor management in most organizations. Most organizations. I am a consultant for a lot of companies today, and I'm working at the AP related projects at several places, and I see vendor management as being very poorly handled. Both. I'm not only blaming the companies, I'm also blaming the vendors. Vendors are not aligned to customer requirements. Vendors are not aligned to providing business value to their customers. And companies are not being able to identify the correct vendors, are not able to retain good vendors. So this, while it is a non-core role, I think has a huge impact on the success of the project. Huge impact. One very important non-core function is a Scrum guidance body. Scrum guidance body is an optional role but highly recommended to formalize organizational practices related to Scrum. Project management में you have a body called Project Management Office or Enterprise Project Office, which is responsible for setup and maintenance of project management related processes and related knowledge assets within the company. हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में इसका डिफरेंट मैनिफेस्टेशन हो रहा है होता रहा है at several places the project management office is essentially a custodian of all project managers. At different places project management office is supposed to be to be responsible for management of all project management related processes and knowledge assets. तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में जो प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट का प्रोसेस होगा या स्क्रम का प्रोसेस होगा उसकी ओनर होती है प्रोजेक्ट टीम प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट ऑफिस. बहुत जगहों पे जो टूल्स टेम्पलेट्स यूज होंगे प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट में उसके लिए इस्तेमाल होता है प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट ऑफिस. Sometimes it is the department in which owns all the project managers. At certain places it is the escalation body. It is a group of experts jahan, who are involved when there is a bhasad in a project, when things go wrong in a project. So project management office has been manifested in different ways, and today in our industry, in Six Sigma industry, this is what has happened. So you at most places you will have a PM, you will have a process excellence office, and this PEO is the one which is owning all the Six Sigma related business in your organization. यही Six Sigma के सारे प्रोफेशनल्स एक PE डिपार्टमेंट को बिलोंग करते हैं. उसी तरह when you are looking at Scrum, you have a non-core role of a Scrum guidance body. It generally consists of a group of document and or group of experts who are typically involved with defining objectives related to quality, government regulations, security, and other organizational parameters. Scrum body also helps capture the best practices that should be used across all Scrum projects in the organization. ये एक बहुत important aspect है हर organization में PMO जैसी body का, that you try and spread the best practice across the organization. The Scrum guidance body does not take decisions related to the project. Not everywhere. At several places, Scrum guidance body is the one that will finalize the sprint time and all of that. It is mostly an expert body. SGB acts as a consulting or guidance structure to all for all the hierarchy levels in the project organization, the portfolio, program, and the project. Scrum team has the option of asking the Scrum body for advice as required. So this is also a very important role. This the Scrum guidance body works as a center of excellence. So अगर कोई भाषण हो रही है तो you may want to refer to that body, seek answers from that body, seek guidance from that body or advice as required. And this has been manifested in very different ways in different organizations. Everyone,
Yes.
people who are part of who are senior managers or above or look at that kind of a role, you must understand very well about this function because this is one of the key determinants of your hiring. बहुत जगह ये आपसे सवाल पूछा जाएगा that how well do you understand the structure of a PMO or a COE and will you be able to establish or manage one. So this is you are creating a
Correct, sir.
expert body. Yeah, someone was saying something.
I was saying it is important, sir. Knowledge about the entire PMO stuff.
Correct. This is one key role that the organization will have. Uh, in my career, I have spent a lot of time as part of a council which was created, which was a Six Sigma guidance body for General Electric. तो हमारा काम यही होता था to be able to guide and mentor and establish best practices for projects in the organization. High value projects हमको करने होते थे. So assume that Accenture में आपने कोई project identify किया and we do during the cost benefit analysis we find that the project benefit could be in high millions. 100 million का project हो सकता है. So the moment it becomes 100 million project, ये project आपके bucket से गायब हो जाएगा, ये उस senior group के bucket में चला जाएगा because ये high value project है. जहाँ बहुत ज़्यादा technical competence की ज़रूरत होती थी, वहाँ वो project normal लोगों के हाथ से move होकर के expert body के पास चला जाता था. So organizations have always, project management based organizations have always created a guidance body, but it has manifested itself in several ways. कहीं वो project managers का department है, कहीं वो home है for project managers, कहीं वो expert body है for advice, कहीं वो escalation gate है, कहीं वो knowledge management के लिए का owner है, कहीं वो सारे functions करता है. So one will have to spend a lot of time understanding and building this structure. If you are looking at a senior role in the organization in the Six Sigma fraternity especially. So Six Sigma में इसका बहुत इस्तेमाल है. Scrum body का, Scrum guidance body जैसी किसी body का. We are okay so far?
Yes, sir.
Answer please.
Scrum Master.
Scrum Master.
Yes, sir.
Scrum Master.
Answer please.
Again, Scrum Master.
Scrum Master.
Scrum Master.
A.
Next aspect that we are looking at is business justification. One very important element of the entire project management will always be business justification. मुझे ऐसा दिखता है कि जब तक आप ऐसे projects नहीं उठाते हो which deliver value to your customer, unless you pick that up, unless you, आज मैं अपने आसपास हर जगह देख रहा हूँ ना, employees work very hard, governments are working very hard, units are working very hard, but the question is, do you have business justification of what you're doing? आज governments are spending millions and millions of rupees on different things in the country. But a country that has not been able to feed 50% of its people is busy building another bridge in Delhi because वो लोग जाम में अटक जाते हैं. You will have to decide all of this. You will have to have proper business justification. और प्रोजेक्ट्स जहाँ पे बिजनेस जस्टिफिकेशन बहुत लूजली बिल्ड किया गया हो, आई एम ऑफ द व्यू दैट उन प्रोजेक्ट्स में, उन एनवायरमेंट्स में वेयर बिजनेस जस्टिफिकेशन इज not done well, if the prioritization has not been done well, your change will be very difficult to manage. That is how I look at these things. Business justification is a very important aspect. Please read this page, and if you have some questions, please ask me. Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Business justification is Scrum is based on the concept of value driven delivery. One of the key characteristics of any project is the uncertainty or result or outcome. It is impossible to guarantee project success at completion irrespective of size or complexity of the project. Considering this uncertainty of achieving success, Scrum attempts to start delivering results as early as possible in the project as possible. This early delivery of result and thereby value provides an opportunity for reinvesting and proves the worth of project to the interested stakeholders. This is a very important thought, that a lot of time, your project success is not very assured. You can't bet your neck that you will be able to do what you started that you wanted to do. So early alignment of that justification will be of huge value to your customer, because shuru se he starts getting results, you start providing value, and thus it becomes simpler for other interested stakeholders so to start benefiting from the project value. And this can be of huge advantage when you're trying to get the buy-in from other stakeholders for your project. हो सकता है जिस थॉट से वो प्रोजेक्ट शुरू हुआ हो वहां तक वो पहुंचे भी नहीं, उसके पहले ही वो बहुत सारे बेनिफिट्स डिलीवर करने लग जाए, एंड you get a lot of participation from your stakeholders, and जैसे ही आपको stakeholder से participation मिलने लगेगा, change management will always be easier. It will always be easier for you to justify what you're doing. It is easier to get buy-in for the next sprint. अगला project change करने के लिए बहुत आसान होगा. And I always say this, किसी भी project में enhancement लाना will get you more money than trying to get new customers. New customer acquisition is always very difficult, but to be able to serve the same customer again is always easier than getting a new customer. So it is always important to keep your stakeholders involved. It is always important to get them to be with you to be able to be successful. Everyone?
Yes, sir.
In order to provide value-driven delivery, it is important to understand what adds value to your customer and users, and to prioritize the high-value requirement on the top of the prioritized product backlog. It decreases uncertainty and constantly addresses risks that are potentially decreasing the value if they materialize. Work closely with project stakeholder, showing them product increments at the end of each sprint, enabling effective management of changes. Create deliverables based on priorities determined by producing potentially shippable project increments during each sprint so that the customers start realizing value early in the project. This is almost self-explanatory. You will have to work at identifying what can be done better. So ये एक बहुत important principle है, and one of the most important things to be that will help you get successful, whatever business you are in, is to spend time understanding your customer. Spending time understanding what does he consider a value. अगर आपको organization में भी grow करना है ना, I see a lot of people working very hard and still not growing. They have the right amount of intellect, they spend the right kind of time, but are still not being successful in their own careers. One of the biggest reasons that I found, I struggled in my own time, and one of the biggest reasons that I found was that I sat down in silo and did a lot of work. The alignment to what the customer wants, what the organization needs is missing. And it is a two-way process. The leader should also spend a lot of time helping you understand the bigger picture. But you as a person, अगर अपने आप को आप as an individual लो, और अगर आपको सक्सेसफुल होना है अपने करियर में, तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है that you start understanding value है क्या. And unless you understand what is value and start delivering that to the customer, you will not be on the winning side. और उसके लिए imperative है that you develop that kind of capability, that you develop that kind of understanding of businesses, and mostly this will come from a lot of discussion that you have to have with your customers about this. Everyone,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
how many of you are in a habit of having quantified targets from your bosses every month, every 2 months? No? God bless you.
Yeah, I get.
So that kind of structure also needs to exist, because what happens is either you are having an annual review or you have a 6 monthly review as well. But even in that 6 monthly review, there is no revisiting happening in a quarterly basis or anything. You discuss half yearly or at the end of the year. Generic meetings keep happening.
नहीं है मनीष, तो तुम परसू करो. If the other person does not, your leader does not reach out to you, you should reach out to your leader. Informally discuss करो. Because अगर वो alignment नहीं होगा ना, तो आप बहुत hard work करोगे, 14 20 घंटे ऑफिस में लगाओगे, and you will create shit. मैं बहुत in my previous job I worked my life out for the first 6 months. I was spending 20 hours, 18 hours, 18 घंटे 20 घंटे, but I did not get the kind of response I thought I would get post all of the work that I was doing. Finally मुझे पता चला that my alignment is not correct. जो CEO का पेन एरिया है, जो कंट्री हेड का पेन एरिया है, मैं उसकी तरफ काम ही नहीं कर पा रहा. And yes, they should also have been careful enough to be able to help me with that. But they were the bosses. I'm not too concerned about them. I will pay the price if I don't see that participation, if I don't see benefits coming my way. Possibly I will also get demotivated. But then I made it a habit, slowly building that habit with my bosses also, that we started to get quantified CTQs from my bosses every time. और वो जब गोल फॉर्म न्यूमेरिक होने लगा, लाइफ बड़ी आसान होने लगी. I would send across by the 25th of every month my goal achievement, जो मुझे CTQs दिए गए थे, उन CTQs का acceptance criteria के against में what have I been able to achieve, वो मैंने भेज दिया. और ये एक बहुत important element है that सबको करना पड़ेगा. And it is not just about our professional lives, it is about our personal lives, it is about, unless you spend time understanding people around you, understanding your customer, understanding your sponsor, तो बहुत बार इस alignment की कमी की वजह से ना बहुत सारे issues हो जाते हैं. And I'm of the firm belief that alignment is something that is mandatorily मिसिंग, और अगर वो मिसिंग है तो कोई चीज सक्सेसफुल नहीं होगी, सब जगह आपका बैंड बच जाएगा। You must work closely with your project stakeholders, showing them product increments at each sprint, enabling effective management of change. ये तो स्क्रम भी बोलता है। Look at the point number 3. Work in progress should be workable products. All of us?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Value-based delivery in Scrum vis-a-vis the traditional project. Prioritize requirements based on business value delivered to customer and the user. Not your job. This is to be done by the product owner. Manage risks and changes better by allowing stakeholders to reprioritize after every sprint. Realize value quickly by creating shippable product increments at the end of each sprint. Traditional project management में there's no prioritization of requirement based on business value. Fixed requirements for entire project. Regular changes are discouraged. Value realized at the end of the project. ठीक है ये?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's leave it at this today. We continue tomorrow.
Sure, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Because, between tomorrow and Monday we should be able to almost.
सर वन क्वेश्चन, आपने वो लिखा उसमें प्रीवियस ट्रेडिशनल प्रोजेक्ट्स में जो मैनेजमेंट में हम बिजनेस को वो नहीं करते प्रायोरिटाइजेशन, बट हम सिक्स सिग्मा में तो वो करते हैं, लाइक यू नो द वे हम प्रायोरिटाइजेशन करते हैं अपने सीटीक्यूज की कि कौन सा हमें वैल्यू एड देता है, हम उसको टारगेट करते हैं पहले।
वैल्यू कहाँ, आपने ये कैसे प्रायोरिटाइज किया कि वैल्यू क्या है? आपको एक प्रोजेक्ट का गोल मिला, हैंडलिंग टाइम इंप्रूव करना है। डिड यू डिसाइड कि वैल्यू कहाँ से आ रहा है कस्टमर को? हम तो टारगेट बेस्ड प्रोजेक्ट करते हैं। हमारे जो भी प्रोजेक्ट्स होते हैं, सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट के जो प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, हमारे जो प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, इट इज नथिंग टू डू विद वेदर इट विल बेनिफिट द कस्टमर और नॉट। वैल्यू डिलीवरी का तो इज आउट ऑफ स्कोप। हम तो सीधा एक टारगेट मिलता है, हम उस टारगेट को हिट करने की कोशिश करते हैं। वेदर दैट टारगेट इज ऑफ एनी वैल्यू टू द कस्टमर इज नन ऑफ माय बिजनेस। दैट्स वेरी डेंजरस। That's very dangerous if you look at it. This is one huge thing that you must learn from Scrum. You must identify, must work at identification of what is value to your customer.
So इसमें हमारे पास कोई ऐसा मतलब टूल होता है जिसमें हम पता करते हैं कि कस्टमर को वैल्यू एड है क्या? मतलब हम कस्टमर से कांस्टेंट फीडबैक्स लेते हैं इसमें?
हम मतलब आपके रोल पे डिपेंड करता है। अगर आप प्रोडक्ट ओनर के रोल में हैं, then you will have to do it. Then you meet different people, try and see उनको क्या ज़रूरत है, उनके अलग-अलग स्टेक होल्डर से आप मिलते हो, उनसे जानने की कोशिश करते हो कि आपको चाहिए क्या। And unless you spend time understanding them, आज AIG में बहुत सारे ट्रेनर्स पढ़ा रहे हैं, बट किसी को शायद ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि आप लोग जॉब ढूंढ रहे हैं, वो सिक्स सिग्मा पढ़ाने में लगे हुए हैं। I am not sure how many of you are here to get Six Sigma certified. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि सारे के सारे जॉब चेंज के लिए आए, about 75-80% or maybe 90%. And unless that alignment is done, I think you're missing the plot. You're missing the plot. तो अगर आप प्रोडक्ट ओनर हैं तो आपका एक कोर जॉब है is to meet with stakeholders and identify कि उनको क्या चाहिए, हैंडलिंग टाइम के प्रोजेक्ट से उनको क्या चाहिए, then identify वो वैल्यू ऐड और वो डिलीवर करने में लगो छोटे-छोटे स्प्रिंट्स में।